We are coming to you live from Loyal High School as tonight Zaleski Sports brings you non-conference boys basketball action as the Pittsville Panthers travel to Loyal to take on the red-hot Loyal Greyhounds. Joe Anderson here, joined by Chris Anderson on production. Kind of ironic, sitting underneath the TV studio I built about 15 years ago here in the gym. Anyway, this is the BBD Sports pregame show. BBD Sports is your one-stop shop headquarters for everything outdoors. Shop two convenient Central Wisconsin locations in Cadott and Abbotsford, or go online at bigbeardown.com. We look first at the Pittsville Panthers, head coached by Mark Denniston. They come into this game with a 4-3 overall record. They are 2-1 in the Central Wisconsin South. They are tied for third place with Pacelli. We'll go over that in a little bit. Their last game for the Panthers was a big 40-point win down the road at Necedah, 62-26. Logan Zickert seems to be the young man who you want to keep an eye on here for Pittsville. He averages 16 points a game. Shoots 50% from the free throw line. Leads in steals for the Panthers. Ben Friday chipping in 12.3 points a game. Dawson Luther, the hot shooting free throw shooter, at 64%. Matthew Goodle, 7.2 rebounds per game, and I believe he may not be playing tonight due to an injury. So we'll see what happens with the Pittsville Panthers as they come into this tied for third place in the Central Wisconsin South with Pacelli. Almond Bancroft leads the way down there, 4-0. Port Edwards in second at 3-1. Wild Rose in fourth at 1-2. And Tri-County and Rosholt tied for fifth, still looking for their first conference victory. For the red-hot Loyal Greyhounds, ranked number 2 in the Zaleski poll, ranked number 3 in the state poll. 3 to look for in the scoring area. Reed Stiglitz averaging 14.8 a game. Kane Tofar has really come on in his junior season, averaging 12 points a game. And Bryce Deegan, got to keep an eye on him. He averages nearly 12 points a game. Reed Stiglitz and Kane Tofar, the leading free throw shooters for the Greyhounds. Stiglitz shooting 88% from the charity stripe. Kane Tofar also leads in rebounds per game at nearly a little over 10. Bryce Deegan at 7.7. Keep an eye on Reed Stiglitz. He's the leader in steals for the Greyhounds. Reed Stiglitz and Bryce Deegan also lead in assists. A great job coaching this year by Brendan DeSmet. He's really rounded this group of young men into a fine team. 8-0 on the season, 3-0 in the Eastern Clover Belt. Their last win was on Monday. It was a 60-24 win at Rosholt. Should be a good matchup here between two old-time rivals from different conferences. This has been the BBD Sports Shop pregame show. BBD Sports Shop is your one-stop headquarters for everything outdoors. Shop two convenient Central Wisconsin locations in Cadott and Abbotsford, or go online at bigbeardown.com. Shout out to our sponsor tonight, shedsdelivered.com. We'll turn things over to PA announcer Bob Meyer, who will introduce the national anthem, played tonight by the Loyal High School Pep Band under the direction of Shaylee Croxall, and we'll have player lineups, starting lineups after that. So sit back and enjoy high school boys basketball here on Zaleski Sports.
Featuring the visiting Pittsville Panthers and our Loyal Greyhounds. Loyal High School, Pittsville High School, or WIAA, require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation by supporting participants and officials. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating or taunting actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of the competition. We ask that you please enjoy the game in a positive manner. At this time, to honor America and those defending our freedom, We ask those of you who are able to please stand, remove your caps, and place your hand over your heart for our national anthem, performed this evening by the Loyal High School Pep Band under the direction of Ms. Shaylee Cruxall. Tonight's starting lineups. For the Pittsville Panthers, junior number 2, Dawson Luther. Senior number 3, Logan Zickert. Senior number 12, Benjamin Friday. Junior number 25, Dalton Dar. Senior number 30, Blake Grossman. The Panthers, coached by Mark Dennison, assisted by Dan Rayburn and Justin Rayburn. For Royal Greyhounds, junior number 0, Reeds Tickets. Junior number 5, Bryce Deegan. Junior number 12, Kane Clipper. Senior number 20, Parker Smith. Junior number 54, Hunter Ruther. The Greyhounds, coached by Brandon Respect, assisted by Louis Tibbetts and Dean Bogdanovich. We ask you to please remain.
All set and ready for basketball here tonight on Zaleski Sports. Just a reminder from Smith Brothers Meats. Get fresh meats and cheeses every day and let them cater your next event. Smith Brothers Meats in Colby, open Monday through Friday 8 to 6 and Saturday 8 to 4. And don't pay more for appliances, pay less at Mid-City Appliances in Colby. New, overstock, scratch and dent, they have them all brands, and they will service your appliances too. A family-owned business with a knowledgeable staff, ready to serve you. Mid-City Appliances on Highway 13 in Colby. Tip-off ready to go. Loyal in the home whites with the maroon numbers, letters, and trim going left to right on your screen. Pittsville in the traveling purple. White numbers, letters, and trim, and we're underway. Tip won by the Greyhounds. Ranked number 2 in the Zaleski poll this week. Underneath the Smith, he's cut off. He turns around and gets the basket. Parker Smith, one of the shortest kids on the court, gets the first bucket. Full court pressure employed by the Greyhounds. Ben Friday will take the ball over the timeline for the Panthers. Dawson Luther and Logan Zickert. Zickert, tied ball. We going to get a foul? I think we're going to get a foul. And they're going to discuss things. This is an experienced crew. These gentlemen are from around Eau Claire. They know what they're doing. I think they're going to have to call a jump ball. I don't think they can call a foul. But like I always say, I always ref much better up here. It's a jump. And the ball's going to belong to Pittsville out of bounds. He thought he might have saw a foul, but did not. And that's good officiating where they get together and discuss. Back in bounds for the Panthers. Just underway here in Loyal. Got a nice crowd watching tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Tipped away. Pittsville gets it back. Greyhounds leading the conference the Eastern Clover Belt, undefeated at 3-0, 8-0 on the season. Having a very magnificent season. Pressure put on Zickert. Grossman cut off at the baseline. Zickert spin move, pull-up jumper, got it. Logan Zickert evens the score at 2. Greyhounds off to a great season, leading the Eastern Clover Belt, looking to take Columbus out of that mix this year if they can. They've had a firm grasp of first place in the Clover Belt East for boys basketball, have the Dons. Stiglitz, 3. Rims out. Rebound, Grossman. And we got a time called by the official. They got to tie your shoelace. Sports Scene 13 in Marshfield is your official fanwear store. From player jerseys to hats, sports cards, and autographed memorabilia. They have it all. The Sports Scene, up the stairs from the World Buffet in the Marshfield Mall. Back to action here. Zickert to Luther. Luther dribbles. Looks for a cutter coming up top. Smith. And they're going to call that foul on Parker Smith. His sister Summer is a basketball player as well. She's a junior. She's got that same tenacity on defense as Parker has. All of the Smith kids, I taught his parents, or his dad at least. And nice move for Zickert. Gives Pittsville a lead. Anyway, they have that tenacity to play tough defense. Smith skips out to Sandelier. Now Stiglitz will drive, pull-up jumper, floater. Doesn't drop. There's Tofar. Kane Tofar. Got it. Reverse layup. Tofar evens the score at 4. Pittsville on the road. Driving hard to the basket is Dar. Cut off. Pull-up jumper for Friday. And Walter tracks down the rebound. Deegan near far side will dribble. They're playing a 1-3-1 zone. Deegan, nothing but net for 3. Bryce Deegan, once he gets on a roll, look out. Good move by Luther. Kicks it out. They rotate it. Near side now to Friday. Left-hand dribble. Grossman drives baseline. Scores it? No. It's going to be out of bounds. No shot. And they get Deegan for the foul. His first. Team second. Dalton Dar will throw it in for Pittsville. Luther, guarded by Smith. Good pressure. Zickert loses it out of bounds. Call the Dahlman Insurance Agency to cover your business, farm, home, and auto. Dahlman Insurance is an independent agency with offices in Greenwood and Thorpe. Or you can go online at dahlmaninsurance.com. Dahlman Insurance. Come for the rates, stay for the service. Tofar just about lost the handle on that. Greyhounds retrieve. Skip pass over. Skip pass back. Up top. Rotated near side. They're trying to get it to Stiglitz. The next time you shop for your insurance, call Brad Krecklow and Ian Pierce, your full-service rural mutual insurance agents in Marshfield. You can reach them at 715-384-2826. The 1-3-1 zone employed by Pittsville. Very effective here. Smith for 3. Got it. Parker Smith with 5 in the contest. It's now 10-4 Hounds. Rhett Lamovic will check in for the Greyhounds at the next dead ball. shot went kittywampus. Here comes Smith on the rebound for Loyal. Ahead to Tofar. Tofar couldn't save it. Walter flips it backhand, gets it up into the stage, gets some of the gets some of the fans in action.
Number 32,
Brett Lemovic checks in. JBC Screen Printing and Embroidery of Neelsville is the hometown team for all your screen printing, embroidery, and promotional product needs. For friendly, helpful service and competitive pricing, call them at 715-743-3113 or visit jbcscreenprinting.com. And second foul on Parker Smith.
Parker Smith is team 3.
That will cause Coach DeSmet to bring in Carson Prine. And Carson Prine, he has impressed me. He is only a sophomore, and he's played some big minutes for the Hounds this season. And played very well. That last game I did when they played in Spencer. Outstanding work. Zickert looks for a cutter, finds it. Dar, shot, good. Dalton Dar cuts the lead to 4. Underneath the Prine, count the basket and the foul. I told you. As a youngster, I never saw that as a teacher, but he has really impressed me. Timeout called by Pittsville. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you tonight by ShedsDelivered.com.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out of that timeout by Pittsville, Carson Prine with a free throw coming up for Loyal. Takes a couple of dribbles, spins, release, rotation, good. 13-6. Here, approaching the midway point of the first half. Turnover. Here come the Hounds with Stiglitz near side. Swings it out to Prine. Prine's going to take a 3, brims out. Good rebound by Dawson Luther. Mark Denniston, longtime coach at Pittsville, does a fine job with these lads. They always come very prepared. But another turnover. That the Tofar from Prine. And the one thing that Pittsville does not want to do, they do not want to get in a running game with Loyal. And the double dribble, another turnover. Just like these players bring their best to the court, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. And Tofar, they're going to give him the basket. Okay. Got him on the arm, but got him in the motion of shooting. And Blake Grossman picks up a foul. Missed the free throw. Tracked down by Grossman. Here come the Panthers, Dawson Luther. And there's a foul on Prine, and he took one right in the coconut. He's all right. Carson Prine and Dawson Luther hit heads. Seems to be okay, and I'm just Back to action here. Luther with Prine defending him. Tried to throw it into traffic. Wasn't there. Skip pass. Good grab by Ben Friday. Grossman trapped in the corner. Dawson Luther lost it. He just lost his balance. Stiglitz floater. Deuce. And timeout. Pittsville will take one as well. You're watching high school boys basketball and Zaleski Sports, brought to you tonight by ShedsDelivered.com.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Whether you're buying or selling, you can trust the Neilsville Next Home team of Julie Simic and Jake Ormond to guide you through the process. For commercial, residential, and land properties, Julie and Jake have the expertise you need. Call the Next Home professionals, Julie Simic and Jake Ormond in Neilsville today. Back to action here after the Pittsville timeout. Joe Anderson joined by Chris Anderson. And a player control foul called on the Panthers. And illegal screen call on Dawson Luther, his second. Team's third. Deegan to Stiglitz. Stiglitz will take the ball over the timeline. Loyal leading by 13. Prine gives it up to Stiglitz up top. They skip it to Deegan. Deegan will take a three from the corner. Didn't go, but there's Lamovic to clean up. So Rhett Lamovic with a deuce. And it's now a 15-point advantage for the Greyhounds, having one of their better seasons. Nothing but praise for Brandon Desmet. He's done a lot of good work with these lads and his coaching staff. Likewise for Coach Deniston, does good work with his crew. Luther, that shot off the mark, and Deegan's going to let it go. Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurance. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Set up a free consultation today. See what the Greyhounds come up with now. Going against that 1-3-1. They get Deegan on the baseline. He missed it. Tipped out to Stiglitz. He fake shot. Lamovic, Tofar, Prine, fake shot. Into Lamovic for two. I'll tell you, Rhett Lamovic has come alive. And he's only a sophomore. A very young, sharp team for the Greyhounds. Only two seniors. Several juniors and a lot of sophomores as well. It's a young team, and Tofar with the rebound. Here comes Deegan, crossover near side. Prine, Tofar skips it out to Stiglitz, fake shot. Good defensive recovery for Pittsville. And Stiglitz gets the three. You can't really fault that. And another timeout for Coach Deniston. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school boys basketball and Zaleski Sports, brought to you tonight by ShedsDelivered.com.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, There was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
ShedsDelivered.com is your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds. All crafted by skilled Amish artisans. See their display lots in Marshfield, Medford, and Wisconsin Rapids, or get more information by going to ShedsDelivered.com. 3 timeouts taken by Pittsville here in the first half. 8.5 left, and they trail by 20. Greyhounds with a lot of forced turnovers on the Panthers. They did lead 4-2, and there's another steal. Tofar. Good attempt by Kane Tofar, but he is not a point guard. Hunter Walter will give Kane Tofar a breather. Kane's more of an inside game guy. And to think he was wrestling until he was a freshman in high school. Took up basketball as a freshman. Did play off and on. But in high school, he's been all basketball. And a travel called on Logan Zickert. Darren Luther will check in for Pittsville. And Parker Smith returns for the Greyhounds. Greyhounds living up to their number 2 rating in the Zaleski poll. They are ranked 3rd in the state coaches poll behind my alma mater, Royal. Royal and loyal. Deegan over to Smith. They bring it up top to Deegan again. He'll drive, push to Stiglitz. They may be down by 20, but that defense for Pittsville is doing the best they can. Good work by the Pittsville defense. Smith, 3, baseline, got it. Parker Smith with 8. Luther skips it out to Luther. Darren Luther, count the basket and the foul. Hunter Walter receives the foul call. Luther gets the basket. That's Darren. Aaron is in. Aaron Radu for the Greyhounds, number 15. Good kid. They're all good kids for both sides. Darren Luther, a junior. Free throw didn't get the roll. Rebound by Lamovic. Stiglitz takes the ball over the timeline. Two seniors out on the court for the Greyhounds in Radu and Smith. Skip pass over to Radu. Back to Stiglitz. He'll drive baseline. Skip it out to Walter. There's a scrunch. Jump ball. Arrow points to Loyal. Blake Grossman returns for Pittsville. The Hearing House provides personalized hearing health care from fine, convenient locations throughout central Wisconsin. Give Karen and Todd a call to schedule an appointment today in Wausau, Stevens Point, Colby, Neilsville, or Marshfield. Make your house a hearing house. Good rotation by the Greyhound offense. Skip pass. Got time to try to break down that 1-3-1 zone. Smith, elbow. Man. Oh, man. Parker Smith and Fuego. Full court pressure by the Greyhounds. Zickert will take the ball over the timeline and center, and he'll go to the basket, and he is fouled. Stiglitz called for the foul, his first.
His first, team 6.
Darren Luther to inbound on the north end. Gets it out to Grossman up top to Friday. Zickert looks for a swing cutter. Doesn't get it. Dribbles. Pressured by Stiglitz. Redu pressures. Good movement. And the shot off the mark from Zickert. Rebound by Lamovic. Greyhounds with a distinct height advantage over Pittsville. And you don't say that very often because the Pittsville lads are usually really tall. Flip down the Walter. Deuce. All right, Aaron Redu with the, pardon me, the assist to Hunter Walter. And it's a 25-point lead now for the Greyhounds, approaching 5.5 left in half number 1. And a player control foul on Pittsville, second one of the half. Logan Zickert called for the foul.
Player control foul.
Carson Prine in, Parker Smith out. Fleet Farm's layaway program is here to help you make this year's holiday shopping easier than ever. Learn more about Fleet Farm's layaway program. Visit any store or head to fleetfarm.com. Carson Bremer due to check in. Carson battling some sickness. Lamovic blocked by Friday, knocked down, and it's going to be a jump ball. And here he comes, number 35, Carson Bremer, a junior. And Kane Tofar comes in, so you go from 2 talls to 2 talls. It's a nice problem to have if you're Coach DeSmet. You got 4 or 5 young lads who are 6 foot or taller. Pressure by Prine on Luther. 5 minutes left in the half. Friday will go to the basket and get the basket. Good move by Ben Friday.
Benjamin Friday.
And he puts them at double digits on the scoreboard. Prine looks for a cutter, gets it up to Bremer on the baseline. Bremer dribbles. Back up top to Redu. Stiglitz 3. No, he missed everything. And Prine lost it out of bounds. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. Bryce Deegan checks in at the next dead ball for the Greyhounds. Dawson Luther to Darren Luther. Dawson Luther. Darren again. Here's Darren Luther. Spin move. Logan Zickert. Zickert will try to penetrate. Skip it back out. Loyal faithful clapping. We're going to see Joe Treffinger come in for Loyal soon. Next dead ball. Friday almost lost it out of bounds. It's going to stay here. It's going to stay with Pittsville. So Bryce Deegan and Joe Treffinger check in. Aaron Redu will have a seat along with Reed Stiglitz. Both of the Luther lads for Pittsville along with Friday, Grossman, and Zickert on the floor for the Panthers. Deegan, Tofar, Treffinger, Bremer, and Prine for Loyal. Dalton Darr will check in for Pittsville. Next dead ball. Just under 3.5 left in half number 1. Friday, cut off, turnaround jumper, short. Rebounded by Prine. Far side, takes it over the line. Bremer's going to take a 3. And a putback on the rebound for Bryce Deegan. Bryce Deegan with 5 points. Treffinger with the rebound on the missed shot. Ahead to Deegan. He dribbles out and around and knocked out of bounds. It's going to belong to Loyal underneath on the south end. Back in is Dalton Darr. Hiller's True Value is Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. Check out current promotions and get great fall deals on Milwaukee tools today from the people you can depend on. Hiller's True Value of Marshfield. And a layup. Missed! turnover. Couldn't complete the process. Clock. The clock ran. And the foul called. Treffinger called for the foul, his first. 16 foul. And that will put Blake Grossman at the line to shoot 2 for the Panthers. Or they're going to call it a 1-and-1. He makes the first. Second free throw attempt on the night for Pittsville is successful. Second one is up and short. Rebound to Loyal. They'll take it over the timeline, set up their offense against that 1-3-1 defense. Bremer, 3. No. Tipped out by Treffinger. Prine, floater, short. Tofar, and it ends up in the hands of Dawson Luther. Friday, near side will dribble in and traveled. Loyal leading the ECC at 3-0. They're 8-0 on the season. Owen Withy and second at 2-0 in the conference. Neilsville 2-1. Colby and Columbus tied for fourth. Gilman and Spencer and Greenwood each seeking their first conference win. Deegan with the rebound, kicks it out to Prine. Prine traveled. Other games tonight in the Eastern Clover Belt. Marathon is down the road at Neilsville. Owen Withy takes the trip up to Phillips tonight. Gilman is at Rib Lake. Cadott is at Spencer. And Greenwood's got the longest drive of anybody in the Eastern Clover Belt. They're down in Alaska taking on Cooley Christian Providence tonight. That's the schedule of games in the Eastern Clover Belt this evening. Good move for Zickert. Pull-up jumper floater rims out for Dar. Greyhounds on the move again. Almost stolen. Good hustle for Dawson Luther. He ends up in the bleachers. Tofar, nice kiss off the glass. Another turnover. Behind the back by Prine. He lost his footing. And the layup this time good for Dawson Luther. And Dawson gets on the board with his first basket. Under a minute now. Stiglitz and Lamovic due to check in at the next dead ball for Loyal. And that'll be now. Other games tonight in the CWC South. Rosholt is at Iola Scandinavia. Port Edwards is at Marion. Manawa is at Wild Rose. And Pacelli is at Assumption. Assumption having quite the year. Came out strong. Kind of got humbled at Marathon, but trying to keep up with that girls team down in Assumption. That's tough to do. And that pass was, they tried to get it to Stiglitz, but Stiglitz went right and the pass went left. 38 seconds left in a 24-point lead for the Greyhounds, 37-13. And Dawson Luther takes the ball over the timeline, pressured by Stiglitz. Zickert, floater, short. Rebound, pulled down by Treffinger. Near side now to Stiglitz. And they'll play for one with 20 seconds. Nearly a turnover. As Pittsville's looking to double team, and there's a foul. And that's Logan Zickert's second foul. And that's the 15th foul with 9.5 seconds left. I will count down from 5. Inbound for Loyal. Tipped out of bounds. 0.2 seconds remain. They were trying to get it back to Stiglitz. And a timeout called by Loyal. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school boys basketball and Zaleski Sports, brought to you tonight by ShedsDelivered.com.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
Got to give a shout out to one of our super fans, Derek Heath. Happy birthday, young man. Not sure how old he is. I know he's a heck of a lot younger than I am. But happy birthday, Derek. 3 seconds left. Inbounds. And Deegan lost the handle, and they're going to end up with nothing before half. But a good lead for the Greyhounds as they lead by 24 as we head to halftime. We'll take a couple of moments for some messages. You are watching high school boys basketball and Zaleski Sports, brought to you tonight by ShedsDelivered.com.
Tired of hearing about checking account features? So are we. It's more about what you can do with your money to live the life you want. Forward Bank puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds, or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you would expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for. Looks like you found what you're looking for.
We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools.
A selection so big you'll need a map to find your way out.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
BBD Sports Shop is your one-stop headquarters for everything outdoors this summer. They have turkey calls, decoys, and more from HS Strut, Mojo, and Woodhaven. Food plot seed and mineral from Big & J, Real Deal, Big Time, and Whitetail Magic. And a wide variety of Big Bear Down scent sprays and bear bait. By the bag, by the barrel, and by the truckload. 2 convenient Wisconsin locations or online at BigBearDown.com.
Welcome back to the Zaleski Sports broadcast of high school boys basketball. We're at halftime here at Loyal. Hey, have you heard the news? Gross Motors has moved their Ford dealership to Neillsville. They've created the largest Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership in all of central Wisconsin, all located in one place. Shop Gross Ford, now in Neillsville. 37-13 here at halftime. Take a look at the scoring for the Pittsville Panthers. 2 for Dawson Luther, 4 for Logan Zickert. Ben Friday has chipped in 2 along with Dalton Darr. Blake Grossman with 1. Darren Luther with 2. Panthers shooting 1 of 3 from the free throw line here in the first half. On the other side of the ledger for the Greyhounds, Reed Stiglitz with 5. Carson Prine with 3. Bryce Deegan with 5. 8 for Kane Tofar. 4 for Rhett Lamovek. 2 for Hunter Walter, and Parker Smith leading the way for the Greyhounds with 10. 2 threes in the first half for Mr. Smith. Greyhounds 1 of 2 from the free throw line here in half number 1. Looking at fouls for Loyal, Parker Smith with 2. Various other players with 1 each. I usually don't mention anything until you get to 2 or 3. Dawson Luther and Logan Zickert each with 2. 2 for the Pittsville Panthers. Tough first half for Pittsville. They've had some shots go awry, several turnovers, and the Greyhounds have got their running game going, and once they get moving, they're going to score a lot of points. So that's the thing that Pittsville will have to look out for in half number 2. Back after these messages on Zaleski Sports, you're watching high school boys basketball, presented to you tonight by our friends at ShedsDelivered.com.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wietrich family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
If you are missing a small ring, you can come up here and claim it. Or if you threw it away on purpose, we'll put it lost upon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Zaleski Sports broadcast of high school boys basketball. Mutual Insurance of Wausau. They've been protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Coming up for the Panthers after this matchup, they will host Port Edwards on Tuesday. And the Greyhounds will host Marshfield Columbus, a game that we'll bring to you here on the Zaleski Sports Network. So make sure to tune into that. Other games tonight in the CWC. Rosholt is at Iola Scandinavia. Port Edwards is at Marion. Manawa is at Wild Rose, and Pacelli is at Assumption. For the other matchups in the Eastern Clover Belt, Marathon is at Neelsville, Owen Withee is at Phillips, Gilman at Rib Lake, Cadott at Spencer, and Greenwood down in Onalaska taking on Cooley Christian Providence. So not too many non-conference games coming up. That's going to be an awful lot of conference games the next 3 to 4 weeks for each of these teams. If you're Pittsville, one thing you got to do is you find yourself trailing by 24 to the number 2 ranked team in the state. So you got to set some reasonable goals as far as points allowed, points scored, rebounds, things like that. And I know that Coach Denniston is going to make sure that his players don't quit. And if you're the Greyhounds, you want to keep up the intensity and keep up your shooting skills and don't let that defense falter. Well, friends, we'll be back after these messages. You're watching high school boys basketball and Zaleski Sports, brought to you tonight by ShedsDelivered.com.
Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Brownfine Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Coming up for these two teams on Tuesday.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Zaleski Sports broadcast of high school boys basketball. Hey, if you're looking for a good snack, don't forget our friends at Nasonville Dairy. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. You can get those fresh cheese curds in Marshfield and Curtis, and log on to NasonvilleDairy.com, and they will ship them out. I had a friend that lived out in Virginia. We made a bet on a Packer game, and I won, but I still felt bad and sent him some cheese curds. I think it was against Dallas. Yeah, it was the Dallas playoff game, and he sent me some Virginia peanuts, and I sent him some cheese curds, and I think he got the better end of the deal. No offense to the Virginia peanuts, but if you want to get to be on my good side, you do two things. You buy me sausage or liverwurst and cheese curds, and you got me. All right, second half to start here. Greyhounds leading by 24. Joe Anderson here with Chris Anderson on production. We switch sides, and the Greyhounds will go right to left on your screen. Leading by 24. We're underway here in half number 2. Smith near side, and he traveled. Knew it. Starting fives for each squad. Logan Zickert will toss it in to Dawson Luther. Pressured by Smith. Takes it over the timeline. Ben Friday. Okay. Shot short for Luther. Rebound for the Greyhounds. Deegan slips it back over to Stiglitz. Back to Bryce Deegan. Underneath to Tofar. Got the basket and the foul. So Tofar, his second basket and one coming up in the contest. And it's the first team foul in the second half for Pittsville. And that's the second foul on Blake Grossman. Basket is up. Shot is up and good. And Kane Tofar having a tremendous season for Loyal. Panthers come down the court. Friday. Now to Dar. Friday will kick it out to Dar. Dar up top. Friday for three. Nice shot, Ben Friday.
Benjamin Friday for three.
That was a nice shot. Greyhounds on the offense. Tofar cut off on the baseline. 2-3 zone. They started out 1-3-1. They've gone 2-3. Or they've disguised it well enough. 3 on the way from the baseline for Stiglitz. And he is lethal down there. Zickert will push to Luther. Luther, Dar with the shot off the back iron. Zickert traveled. Nice crowd here tonight in Loyal. I know Kathy Trimble chimed in, sent me a message since she's watching. So shout out to Kathy and Bob. Tofar with the miss. Rebound ends up in the hands of Reed Stiglitz, he'll take it in, kick it out to Tofar for 2. No. It's going to belong to Loyal out of bounds. Speaking of which, you want to get a shout out on the air, leave a positive comment on the YouTube page. I will recognize you. I know Derek is watching tonight. Said happy birthday to him, and Kathy and Bob are watching tonight. I'd like to see who else is viewing. Shot for Stiglitz, baseline 3. Pulled down by Ben Friday. Good, strong rebound. And I know Mark Deniston, coach of Pittsville, these young lads for the Panthers are not going to slack up and slow down. They're going to keep working hard. And the turnover. Here comes Tofar. Looks for the trailer. Tofar, no, it doesn't go, but Hunter Walter's there to clean it up. Hunter Walter gets his 4th point of the contest. And I admire Coach Deniston. Boy, when I used to coach, if I was down by this much, I'd be tied in knots. I think he is inside, but he's able to keep cool. So shout out to him. Does a nice job. And floater for Zickert. Skip pass to Stiglitz in the corner, baseline drive, cut off. Smith. Deegan, baseline 3, no. Rebound for Dawson Luther. Ben Friday, fake shot, goes against Tofar. Zickert picks it up. He'll float it. Got it. Logan Zickert with 8. They've cut it to 25. 14 minutes left in the contest. Prine and Lamovic due to check in for Loyal. Hunter Walter sticks that paw up. Grabbed it, but he took too many steps. So Carson Prine and Rhett Lamovic will check in for Loyal.
Number 2, Carson Prine. Number 32, Rhett Lamovic.
Loyal had school the last 2 days. That's one of the hard things is you got 10 or 12 days off, and then you come back for 2 days of school, Thursday and Friday, and then you get another weekend. So it kind of, somebody said yesterday on Facebook, this is the worst Monday, Thursday I've ever had. Luther, 3, got it. Nice shot, Dawson Luther. Lob in to Tofar, short. Put back for Tofar, short again. Rebound Pittsville. Here come the Panthers. Zickert spins, doesn't get the rebound. Tofar does for Loyal. Stiglitz back on the Loyal end. Front court. Skip pass to Prine. Stole. Good anticipation by Dawson Luther, and Luther gets the bucket.
Dawson Luther.
And if you're Loyal, you better start to kind of focus because now you were up by quite a bit, and now they've started to chip in that lead, and they got a lot of time left. Tofar, deuce. And Loyal will take the timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you tonight by ShedsDelivered.com.
You need a good night's sleep? Well, welcome to the club, and welcome to Mall Furniture.
Mall Furniture always has a huge selection of quality Comfort Sleep mattresses. They're double-sided, adjustable, bed-friendly, and made right here in Wisconsin.
Whether you need beauty sleep, deep sleep, or just need to sleep it off, you'll be sleeping like a baby on the perfect Comfort Sleep mattress from Mall Furniture. Head to Mall, because we got them all.
Mall Furniture and Mattress, West 9th Street, Marshfield.
Valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Bringing you high school boys basketball tonight from Loyal. ShedsDelivered.com, our sponsor. Timeout by Loyal, back to action. And Darren Luther, who just checked in, misses that three. Under 12 and a half left in the contest. And the Greyhounds leading by 22. They led 37-13 at halftime. Stiglitz baseline drive, cut off, skip over to Prine. Prine will drive, floater, back iron, no, rebound, pull down by Logan Zickert. He'll take the ball over the timeline near side. Dawson Luther, left-hand drive, cut off, good defense by Prine. And the shot is up and good for Logan Zickert. Logan with 6 points here in the second half, 10 on the match. They've cut it to 20. Deegan misses the shot. Rebound pulled down by Tofar. He's fouled as he went up for two. Dalton Dar called for the foul, his first team. 11 and a half left in the contest, and 2 free throws coming up for Kane Tofar, excuse me. Kane misses the first. Yeah, if any friends want to chime in, you can either do it on Facebook, or pardon me, not Facebook, Facebook Messenger, or you can text me or leave a positive comment on the YouTube page. And no, I am not giving out my phone number. You're not going to text me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Pittsville has cut it to 20. Can they get it under 20 on this offensive stand? Good move by Zickert. And Zickert, they call a jump ball. And the arrow points to Pittsville. Coach Denniston will bring in Blake Grossman. Blake Grossman will give Logan Zickert a breather. Logan he's had a couple of tumbles tonight. Took a couple right to the head, or took one to the head with Carson Prine in the first half. Just took a spill there. Lob pass out to Dawson Luther. Darren Luther looks for a cutter. Tried to get it into Dawson, tipped away by the Greyhound defense. Deegan, deuce. 7 for Bryce. And just when they could get it under 20, they don't convert, and Loyal gets the fast break. Loyal runs very well, and they've got a deep bench where they can do that. Treffinger with the steal. Deegan, far side. Tofar flips into Lomovic. No, but he'll get 2. Ben Friday called for the foul, will be his first. Second team foul. So Rhett Lomovic will take his first 2 free throws of the contest. Loyal has not committed a foul here in the second half, and we're at 10 and a half left in the contest. Lomovic misses the first. Parker Smith returns for Loyal.
Number 20, Parker Smith.
Second free throw for sophomore Rhett Lomovic. It's up and it is missed as well. Ben Friday with the rebound. Hi, Heidi. Heidi's tuned in. Bob and Kathy are watching. So is Derek. Thanks for the shout. Thanks for the chime in there, Heidi. Pittsville trying to chip at this lead. They trail now by 22. Under 10. And man-to-man defense for the Greyhounds. Smith has to be careful. He likes to reach. He's quick. And they're going to call a foul on Smith. Parker Smith will pick up his third. He said Dawson Luther was fouled in the act of shooting, and he will have 2 free throws. Pittsville 1 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. Not many free throws for either team. Only 6 for Loyal. And they have not shot well from the free throw line. Pittsville 1 of 3. Couple of bounces. It's up and it doesn't go. Logan Zickert returns for Pittsville. You'll give Ben Friday a breather. Second free throw for Luther, and it's good. 1 of 2. Tofar tipped away. Good steal. No, and ends back up in the hands of Lamovic. Smith misses the layup. Lamovic with the rebound. Shot knocked away. And what thinking by Brandon DeSmit. Calls a timeout. We'll take a timeout here as well. You're watching high school boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you tonight by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hi, I'm Karen from the Hearing House, and these are our grandchildren. Children are difficult to hear with anybody with hearing loss, and I know I would hate to miss out on anything they say.
Gamma, they're cheating.
Even that. If you're missing out on what they're saying, you're probably missing out on a lot more.
Love you, Gamma.
Aw, and they have important things to say.
Make your house a hearing house.
Welcome back to Loyal. Joe Anderson here with Chris Anderson on production. Timeout called by the Greyhounds. That was quick thinking. There was a lot of shots going up. And Brandon DeSmet, the head coach for Loyal, saw things were going to get kittywampus. And so when he knew Brett Lamovic had the ball still on the floor, he called a timeout, went right up to the official, and asked for timeout, and it was granted. It'll be Greyhound ball at the north end of the gym. And again, a nice crowd watching tonight on the network. Thanks for tuning in. Stiglitz will inbound for Loyal. Lamovic, turnaround jumper, short off the back iron. Scrum. Smith ends up with it for Loyal. Stiglitz looks for Lamovic back inside. He'll dribble, pressured by Luther. Skip pass to Smith. Deegan, Stiglitz, pull-up floater. Got it. Stiglitz with 10. Hunter Walter will check in for Loyal at the next dead ball. Darren Luther to go Logan Zickert. Dawson Luther lost the hand a little bit, tracks it down. And Zickert tried to get inside, was tipped away, lost his footing, and ends up tying it up. And the jump ball arrow points to Loyal. And Hunter Walter comes in for Rhett Lamovic, and Rhett has played very well tonight. Rhett with 4 points. Smith. Rotated out to Stiglitz. Baseline, pulls it back out. Loyal just content to play some passing game here, leading by quite a good amount here so far. They lead by 23. But never say never. Zickert by the baseline will dribble back up. Now to Luther. And Grossman. Dawson Luther goes left. Spin move. Pull-up jumper in the lane. Shoots off the back iron. Tracked down by Grossman. Does he save it? No. So last call for anybody who wants a shout out. I got Heidi and Derek and Kathy and Bob watching tonight on the network. Even if you don't chime in, a big thank you to all of our viewers. We appreciate it. You see that lower third scroll on the right-hand side of the scoreboard of all the people that make these free broadcast possible as Stiglitz fell awkwardly on that layup attempt. And the fast break, Luther will shoot 2 free throws. Just to finish that thought, those sponsors help bring these games to you free on YouTube. You can also check out the Roku channel for Zaleski as well. 2 free throws for Dawson Luther makes the first. So again, a thank you to all of our viewers, and thank you to our sponsors. That's quite a commitment they make to the network. We appreciate it. Made them both. Mr. Dawson Luther is 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Time a factor, though, for Pittsville. Coming up on 7 minutes left. Tofar skips it. Stiglitz 3 baseline off the top of the backboard. Walter saves it for Tofar. Caden Tofar. He's had a fine game. 10, 12, 14, 15 points for Kane. Dawson Luther gets it over the timeline to Logan Zickert. They look this pick and roll. Zickert traveled. Yeah. Aaron Radu in for Loyal along with Carson Prine. Aaron in for the Greyhounds. .23 lead for Loyal with 6:49 left. On a cold Friday night in central Wisconsin. Underneath, Hunter Walter got the reverse layup. Nice shot for Hunter Walter. 6 for the junior. Pittsville giving it the valiant try, but I think they're going to come up short here. I know there's 6 minutes left, but trailing by 25. They did lead 4-2 early on in the first half. And since then it's been all Loyal. As they fast break, there's a lot of contact as Stiglitz was going for the layup. And Logan Zickert with his 3rd personal. And there is padding there, and those little grates you see underneath the stage area, those are metal doors which lead to underground storage. And I spent many a time pulling chains and chairs and choir risers out of there. It's not fun to run into those doors. Reed Stiglitz, padding or not, makes the first of 2. Rhett Lamovic returns for Loyal. Second free throw coming up for Reed Stiglitz. It's up and it is good. Made them both. Greyhounds will be off until Tuesday. Likewise with Pittsville, as each team will have home games. Floater off the back iron for Dawson Luther. Hunter Walter with the rebound, flips it out to Aaron Radu, who will take it over the timeline, number 15. Stiglitz, pull-up floater. Got the shooter's roll. Logan Zickert to Darren Luther. Darren Luther is checked in for Pittsville. Crossover for Dawson Luther. Didn't get the rebound to drop, or the layup to drop, excuse me. Almost lost it. Stiglitz tracks it down. They flip it over to Prine. They flip it over to Radu. He thought about a 3, gave it up. Hunter Walter, high off glass. Got the basket. Hunter with 8. And a lot of the reserves for Pittsville are going to be checking in. The next dead ball. We'll try to get them all for you. Shot and missed. And subs in for both sides. Joe Treffinger along with Carson Bremer in for Loyal. And 5 new players in for Pittsville. Brody Withers is in. Ryan Kundinger, Titus Reese, Christian Matthews, and Keegan Becker have all checked in for Pittsville. 4:39 left here in this contest.
Also in for the Panthers, number 31, Ryan Kundinger.
Basket is good for Rhett Lamovic. Reserves getting some time in for both teams. Withers. Now to Matthews. Becker. Christian Matthews flips it out of bounds. No, it's tipped out of bounds. 4-10. Ridge Ashbeck and Colton Sandelier have checked in for Loyal. They could track it down. It's not over and back. It wasn't under. It has to be. Well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm up here. I'm not refereeing. I've been a ref for a long time, but I'm 45 feet away from the action. I can't say anything. In all honesty, good call. We'll move on. 3:25 left here in the match. Ashbeck for 3. No. Bremer with the rebound. Steal. Here goes Christian Matthews for the deuce.
Christian Matthews.
So Christian Matthews gets in the book with a bucket. And the shot is good for Joe Treffinger. Treffinger gets in the book. Nice shot for Joe. We're inbound for the Panthers in the south end. Taken away by Aaron Redu. Here comes Redu on the fast break. Coast to coast. Got the basket. Aaron in the book. Aaron Redu for 2. Said that about his brother when I used to do the PA announcing here. Redu for 2. Approaching 2 minutes. Power move for Brody Withers, cut off. Flips it back out to Becker. Whoa. Too much dribble for Ryan Kundinger. Turnover. Sandelier for 3. Rims out. Becker for 2 with the rebound. Withers. Jump ball is called.
That ball possession arrow to the Panthers.
Arrow points to Pittsville with a 1:40 left in the matchup. We'll be talking with Brandon DeSmet and a player of his selection after the game. So stay tuned for that. Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Shot is up and good. For Brody Withers. He gets in the book as well. Sandelier's 3 is short. Bremer with the rebound. Back out to Sandelier. Rims out on the 2. Snake bit. Every shot he's taken's hit the rim, just hasn't gone in. Under a minute. Becker looks for a cutter. He'll dribble left, gets that pick, floats it up. Doesn't get the ball to drop, but will get 2 free throws. Ridge Ashbeck with the foul. Only the 3rd team foul for Loyal. We've had 7 fouls called total in the second half.
Keegan Becker to the line, shooting 2.
So Keegan Becker will shoot 2 for Pittsville. And misses the first. Second free throw for junior Keegan Becker. It's up and it is no bueno. Tipped out. Tracked down by, guess who? Keegan Becker. Clock winding down. Approaching 30 seconds. Withers back to Becker. Withers for 3. And short. Ashbeck with the rebound. Good job for Ridge Ashbeck. 17 seconds left. And Loyal's just going to hold it. And Loyal is going to keep their record perfect at 9-0 as they win 67-34 over Pittsville. Stay tuned for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Shout out before I finish to Kess and Shale. Again, Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. You can get those fresh cheese curds in Marshfield or Curtis or log on to NasonvilleDairy.com.
Just makes sense. Mittens carries higher quality furniture from all of your favorite brands because we want you to be proud of your space.
It just makes sense. Mittens carries all of your favorite appliance brands so we can save you money on the products you trust.
It just makes sense that Mittens services what we sell because we want your home to be comfortable and run smoothly.
It just makes sense. Central Wisconsin has shopped at Mittens since 1938 because we have it all.
Good day, my name is Ken Hyman and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Broadcast of high school boys basketball tonight. This is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. You can get those fresh cheese curds in Marshfield or Curtis, or log on to NasonvilleDairy.com. Loyal keeps their record perfect, improving to 9-0 on the season, defeating Pittsville tonight by the final score of 67-34. We take a look at the scorebook for Pittsville first. Dawson Luther finishes the game with 10. Logan Zickert also chipped in 10 as well. 5 for Ben Friday, 2 for Dalton Darr, 1 for Blake Grossman, and 2 each for Christian Matthews and Darren Luther. The Pittsville Panthers shot 4 of 8 from the free throw line this evening. The other side of the ledger for the Loyal Greyhounds. Reed Stiglitz, 5, 8, 10, 12, 14 points for Reed. Some of my math not so good here. And 3 for Carson Prine. 7 for Bryce Deegan. 15 for Kane Tofar. Kane had a big game tonight. Parker Smith chipped in 10. 8 for Hunter Walter. The Greyhounds shot 11 free throws tonight and made 4 of 11 from the free throw line this evening for Loyal. Still awaiting Coach DeSmet, so we'll finish up here looking at the book. Greyhounds, as I said, improved to 9-0 on the year. And they will take on Columbus here on Tuesday in a big Eastern Clover Belt Conference game. We'll have it here on the network. Chris and I will be here to bring it to you. For Pittsville, they will fall to 4-4 overall. And they will also play on Tuesday at home, and they will host Port Edwards. So a good game tonight here in Loyal. A big win for the Greyhounds. We'll get Coach DeSmet out here hopefully soon. He's down in the locker room talking with his players. Again, I want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors. You see them on the rolling thirds. That's the right-hand side of the scoreboard. They really help make these, well, they actually, pardon me, got to take my glasses off. They make these broadcasts possible for free on YouTube. You can also check out the new Roku channel on Zaleski Sports. That's a new feature coming up. And if you're not sure what's going on the network, go on the Googler, as they used to say, and go to ZaleskiSports.com and look under games being broadcast. And the links are all there. So all you need to do is go there, click on the link, and there you go. Going to wait another minute or so for Coach DeSmet. If he doesn't appear, we are going to wish you all a good Friday night. There's 2 lads coming up. So the meeting must be over. See if we get Parker Smith. We'll get at least someone in the house. Where'd Parker go? Parker Smith. Won't get Coach DeSmet, but we'll get Parker Smith in. One of my favorite former students, Parker Smith. Defensively, what were you doing tonight? Just really causing havoc, right?
Yep, that's what I try to do every night. Try to stay in front. Try not to foul. I had a little bit too many early in the first half, but I had to stay with it, get back into it, and stay in front of my guy and be sound.
I'm impressed with your shooting prowess. You've had some big threes lately.
Yeah, I've been practicing with Connor Genneman, graduated last year, and we've been doing some more drills, and I've been really working on shooting with someone closing out on me, and it's been helping me a lot.
Fast break-wise, once you guys get running, you're dangerous.
Yeah, I agree. We got to run down the floor, beat the when we beat the zone defense back, it really helps us, and it keeps our momentum up.
Columbus coming up. What are your thoughts quickly?
Got to keep practicing like we have been. We've been having really good practices even over the Christmas break. Just got to keep bringing the intensity at practice and do our best.
Okay, we're going to put you in the house, and then we're going to go to Coach DeSmet.
All right.
You know how to do this, don't you?
Yep. I'm Parker Smith, and I'm in the house.
I almost lost you.
I was going to find my way to you.
Good deal. I've seen you more than I think some of my relatives lately, which is a good thing. What are your thoughts on the game tonight and season overall?
Well, I think tonight we started really fast, and that was really important. Our defense was really locked in, shot the ball, passed it really well. Just overall, it was a really good team win on the offense and defensive side.
And season-wise?
Well, just like that, our season's off to a really fast start, too. We've had some really good close games where we finished it. We've had some games where we were able to pull away, but overall, we've started really fast. We've stayed together really well, and every single day in practice, we get a little better. And that's the most important thing, and we keep talking about, is that you got to continue to raise your bar, and our best game may not be played on January 3rd tonight. We want our best game to be in March when playoffs start, and that's what we're building towards, and it's off to a good start that way.
And your pressure defense in that running game really is clicking tonight.
Yes, and that's something we hope to do a little more. We got some really good guys on the ball that can guard it really well and can bother guys like Parker, who you're just talking to, is really good with that. And it helps us get some rhythm early, get some easy baskets, and hopefully that's something we continue to do as we go forward.
Can I just ask you one more quick question? I know you're getting tired. Columbus, what are your thoughts on going against your old alma mater?
Well, it's always good to see Coach Kanischke. He's a great friend of mine. He was first of all, a great coach to learn from and a mentor, and then it just kind of, relationships blossomed into a really good friendship, and I really value that and appreciate that. And I know when they come here to play that we're going to have to guard the three-point line because they're a good shooting team, and we're going to have to get back on D and really guard the ball well because they can handle it and make a lot of plays, so it'll be a good game.
It's kind of interesting looking at the coaches' polls. Loyola is either ranked second or third, and my alma mater, Royal, is ranked third. So it'll be interesting to see how it comes out in the end.
Yeah, you got the rhyme in there, Loyal, Royal, and all that.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Well, congratulations, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. Coach Brendan Despend of Loyal. Again, before we do the final score, Pittsville falls to 4-4 on the season. Loyal still remains perfect at 9-0. Pittsville will play on Tuesday at home versus Port Edwards. And Loyal, as we talked about with Coach Despend, will play here and host Marshfield Columbus Tuesday night here on Zaleski Sports. Good game here for the Greyhounds as they pick up the 67-34 win over the Panthers. For Chris Anderson, this is Joe Anderson saying thank you for watching tonight. Again, Loyal 67, Pittsville 34. Have a great evening, everybody.